When you were a child, a single summer could feel like a small lifetime. The days stretched out. August was a country you lived in, not a date you passed through. And now you blink, and a year is gone. You take down one calendar, put up the next, and you can barely remember what filled the old one. Nothing about the clock has changed. A second is still a second. A year is still 365 days. So why does time feel like it is speeding up? And why does almost everyone, everywhere, feel it happening to them? The first answer is the simplest, and it is partly true. It is about proportion. When you are 5 years old, 1 year is a fifth of your entire life. It is enormous because you have so little to compare it against. When you are 50, that same year is only a 50th of everything you have lived. The year has not shrunk. You have grown around it. Each new year is a smaller and smaller slice of the whole, so it feels lighter, thinner, quicker. That idea has been around a long time, and it explains something real. But it cannot be the whole story. Because if it were only arithmetic, time would slip away at a smooth, gentle, predictable rate. And it does not. Some years crawl. Some simply vanish. And the difference between them is not how old you were. It is what happened inside them. So look closer at those 2 summers. The endless childhood one, and the year that just disappeared on you. The real difference between them is not the number of days. It is the number of things you had never done before. When you are young, almost everything is happening for the first time. The first time you swim. The first time you are allowed to stay up late. The first time you ride a bike, lose a tooth, see the ocean, feel embarrassed, hear a song that breaks your heart, and your brain is doing something specific with all of it. It is recording. New experiences get written down in detail because the brain treats new as important. So when you look back, all that detail feels like time. A summer full of firsts feels long because it left a long, thick trail of memory behind it. Now think about an ordinary week as an adult. You wake at the same hour. You take the same route. You do work your hands could almost do without you. You eat familiar food, say familiar things, and lie back down. Your brain has seen all of this before, so it stops bothering to write it down. Why record what never changes? It files the entire week under a single word, work, and moves on. This is the strange engine underneath the whole feeling. We do not actually sense time as it passes. We estimate it afterward by how much of it we remember. A rich, novel stretch of life leaves a deep stack of memories, and we read that depth as a long time. A blurred, repeating stretch leaves almost nothing, and we read that thinness as a short time. The clock measured both exactly the same. Your memory did not. That is why the years seem to accelerate. It is not that the days move faster. It is that adult life, almost by design, becomes more repetitive. We build routines because routines work. We find the job, the route, the habits, the people, and we settle gratefully in. And every routine we master is one more stretch of life the brain decides it does not need to record. We trade novelty for comfort, and without ever noticing, we trade away memory in the same breath. You can even feel the exception that proves it. Think of a week you spent somewhere new. 7 days, the same as any other week. But it felt enormous, didn't it? You came home, and it seemed like you had been gone a month. There is a quiet paradox hidden in that. While you were there, the days flew by, because you were busy and absorbed. But in memory, afterward, it stretches out long, because it left so much behind. That is the whole mechanism in miniature. Time that is full feels short while you live it, and long when you look back. Empty time does the reverse. It drags in the moment and then vanishes without a trace. There is a harder version of this, and it is worth saying plainly. The reason a new experience expands time is that it forces you to pay attention. You cannot walk a brand new street on autopilot, and the reverse is just as true. The more of your life you spend only half present, going through the motions, scrolling past it, there but not really there, the less of it your memory keeps, and the faster it seems to drain away behind you. So the common way people say this is a little bit wrong. They say, time goes faster as you get older. But age is not really the cause. A child's time is slow because a child's life is full of first times and full attention. An old life can be slow too, if it stays curious. And a young life can blur straight past, if every day is a copy of the last. What speeds up time is not the years. It is the sameness. Which means the feeling is not quite the curse it pretends to be. It is closer to a message. When a year disappears on you, your own memory is telling you something honest about it. Not enough of it was new. Not enough of it made you look up. And there is something you can do with that, though it is not what people usually reach for. You cannot slow the clock, but you can give your brain more to keep. Take the road you have never taken. Learn the thing you keep putting off. Go to the place you have only ever heard about. Pay full attention to the people in front of you, the way you did when everything about them was still new. Every genuine first time is a small weight set back onto the year, a reason for your memory to start writing in detail again. Because in the end, we do not measure our lives in hours. We measure them in what we kept. The clock will keep its steady, indifferent pace no matter what you do. But how long your life feels, when you finally look back across it, that was never the clock's decision. That one was always yours.